So, challenge runs are kind of a thing these days, huh? Well, I love a good few hours of torturing myself. Let's see if it's possible to beat Mario Maker 2 story mode without pressing left. Before we begin, let's set some ground rules. There are some instances where pressing left is allowed. We can move freely while in the hub world. The run would be dead before it even started if we didn't allow this. Assist parts are also allowed, and we can move the cursor left while placing them. I don't count this as a left press, since in handheld mode you can use the touchscreen. I just don't have access to recording my Switch in handheld. Secondly, replaying levels is banned unless it's absolutely required. This is to avoid grinding out one level for easy coins. Luckily, there's only one instance where we have to replay a course. That just about wraps it up for guidelines. Anything else is fair game. Let's start rebuilding that castle and jump right into this. This first level gives us a glimpse of our main method of moving left in the modern game styles, wall jumps. We can conserve leftwards momentum by jumping as soon as Mario touches the ground. Slopes can be useful too, but I found myself using wall jumps much more often. Using these wall jumps, a downhill battle can be completed easily. Off to a good start. On-off switch research expedition went well until I reached these piranha plants. We can't get a star from the sub area, so we're forced to pull out the assist parts. Right after that, we find another seemingly impassable obstacle even with assist parts, but luckily we can just go over the top. Hello 3D World is pretty simple and gives us quite a few coins. The same goes for Under the Angry Sun. We can move left on the platform just by jumping. The mystery of the Haunted Manor is where we encounter our first impossible level. We can get into this door by using a POW block combined with assist blocks, but we can't traverse the maze. Underground coin collecting shows us another method of moving left, rolling. It isn't the easiest level, but if we take our time and wait for the right opportunities, the enemies can never hit Mario. Bonsai Bill Ambush, Seesaw Catapults, Tunnel to the Dark Side of the Moon, and Dry Bones Shell Boating are all completable without the use of assist parts. Undo Dog, Swinging Claw Escape does require Luigi's help, but is otherwise trivial. We aren't so lucky with Swamp Escape by Shell though. There's no way to move left here. Heading back to the Taskmaster, Swinging Claw Rope Course has us use a pretty niche option for moving left. These claws. We can build up momentum just by pressing right. Shoe Stopper is next, and I died a few too many times than I care to admit, but it's possible nonetheless. Jumping back onto the impossible side, the Keymaster. There's just no way this is happening. We can get one key using assist parts, but that's not quite enough. Twisting through the desert sands is easy, and no jumping allowed is possible with assist parts. Okay, I think by this point you get the idea. Seemingly impossible levels are usually possible with Luigi's help. From now on, I'll only be talking about levels that are particularly interesting. Plenty of Cheep Cheeps in the Sea gives us a new scenario that levels commonly become impossible from. It's underwater. Not to say there aren't possible underwater levels, but more often than not, we can't complete them. At least not the ones I played. After beating snake blocks in the sky, we're forced to complete 3 required levels for progression. We better hope they're possible. Head in the Clouds is easy, and Heavy Stone Heave Ho isn't too much harder. That just leaves us with Little Toad Lost, which isn't too difficult. We can grab this little toad with a pretty precise wall jump, and getting to the end from there is a cakewalk. So with that small detour out of the way, let's get back to building the castle. We don't have any other tasks to complete though, so this is where we have to replay some levels. You may call it cheating, I call it using the available resources, such as cheating. From there we get a lucky break. There's a lot of possible levels. The one I'm most proud of is Dash On, Dash Off. This one section was causing me some problems. I tried a few things from capes to POW blocks. Turned out that I was on the right track with that POW. I just need to combine it with a star. The rest of this level went smoothly. Because I'm stupid, dumb, and bad at making interesting challenges, we don't face too much hardship for a while. Impossible levels are obviously impossible, and most of the possible ones are easy or are doable with assist parts. For example, though you may think Get Over It would be tough, I'm just too good at this game and didn't die at, damn it. Didn't die at all. Most of the difficulty now just comes from me being stupid. Our next required level is Toad Rescue. Toad Rescue? More like, comedy is hard. Never mind, it's yet another easy level. At this point, I'm worried that there won't ever be a hard. Oh no. After completing threat level Porcupuffer, this game gives to us a new required level. Operation Total Eclipse. I suppose all those easy courses were preparing us for this. We've mastered wall jumps. It's time to put them to good use. That was fun. Back to the boring old normal levels. To fund the stained glass, I played On-Off Switcheroo, Fast Snake Block Frontier, Red Pow Block on the Move, Boom Boom Rager, Parabeetle Transfer, and Piranha Creeper Squash, none of which were all that interesting. And finally, to build that glass, I played Red Yoshi's Highway of Flames, Winter and Spring and Winter Again, Bing Bang Boom and Bully's Castle, and Monty Mole Iceberg Getaway. Well, that was an anticlimactic end. Who am I kidding? Time for the grand finale. Toadette's been kidnapped, and we've got a Meowser to stomp. We've got to use several extending blocks while avoiding Bonsai Bills and Charvark. We must ride our Koopa car through a deadly track, and finally scale Meowser's tower to toss some POW blocks in his face. So, can we do it? Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes with 4 Ys and 2 Es. But in all seriousness, it's possible, but still challenging. There's some difficult platforming throughout the whole level. This clear pipe worried me, but I found out that you can just roll into it, and the boss fight provides us with enough super bells to survive Meowser's fire. Well, I think that just about wraps things up for today. Meowser is dead, Toadette is freed from her cage, and most importantly, the castle is finished. And what a beautiful castle it is. Until next time Undo Dog comes around anyways. Thanks for watching.